guys, it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to show you this beautiful, beautiful mini Phalaenopsis orchid. It's got variegated leaves and the blooms are just precious, very beautiful, and this is a very easy to grow orchid. Now, today's video is a care collaboration with several YouTubers. I will link their videos down below. We all have very different growing environments, so be sure to check them out as well. Now, jumping right in, this is the Phalaenopsis Sogo Vivien leaf's edge. This is also known as the Doritanopsis Sogo. This variation in particular is the Phalaenopsis Sogo Vivien leaf's edge, and it's denoted by its variegated leaves, and the flower is the same on all of these hybrids. Now, I got this orchid at Hauserman Orchids about 8 or 9 months ago, and it's a very vigorous bloomer. The flowers are just absolutely gorgeous. When you look at them up close, they're just so pretty. And what's really nice about this orchid compared to other Phalaenopsis orchids is that they give you a high bloom count, and this orchid tends to branch. So when I first got this orchid, I was kind of sad because the flower spike broke on me. The flower spike broke, but it started branching right after I repotted it. So that was nice. So this does tend to branch. They say you don't need to cut the spike off unless it's dying off because it tends to just keep giving you flowers, which I'm finding is quite accurate. So when it first bloomed for me, the blooms lasted about 3 months. Maybe a little bit under 3 months, and then a few weeks later it gave me this beautiful flower spike. This orchid is in a semi-hydroponic transition. I have just leca in here, topped with a layer of pebbles to keep everything nice and moist inside of the pot. In terms of care for this orchid, I grow this 100% under moderate lights, so it is sitting under LED lights and growing quite happily in that sort of environment. My temperatures are very warm and humid in the summers and dry and cool in the winters, but this is indoors 100% of the time, and it rarely, if ever, gets any temperatures below 60 degrees. In the summer, it gets all the way up to 100 degrees, and that's in extreme edge cases. Average is more about 90 degrees. So I don't let my orchids in my grow room. Generally, they're warm growers and they really like the heat. I feed this orchid with MSU fertilizer, and then I alternate with some Super Thriver kelp, just like I do with all of my other orchids. This one, Phalaenopsis, tend to be heavier feeders. Given that this is a mini, I still try to give it a little bit more than some of my other orchids that are not as heavier feeders. But generally in the summer, I give about 300 to 350 parts per million, depending on how I formulate it that day. And then in the winter, I throttle it back to about 100 to 150 parts per million. With that being said, when it's in bloom, I just give it straight up tap water and I let it be. So it's not getting fed unless I'm topping off all of my orchids and I completely forgot that I shouldn't have fed it with feed. With that being said, I still flush this orchid quite regularly. I aim to flush my semi-hydroponic orchids once a week. I really try to, but more realistically, I'll flush them twice a month. At the very minimum, I'll flush them once a month. But what I do is I run very strong, abundant tap water through the pot to get all of the salt buildup out and some of the old decaying root matter out. With that being said, let me show you the roots. I've got roots that have grown through the pot at the bottom, and they are sitting happily in the water. So this grew out. It's been here for a while. This is still very firm, and it's totally fine sitting in the water, which is interesting. This orchid's very healthy. It's pushing out some really nice roots. No problem at all in a semi-hydroponic setup. But like I said, very important to always flush these orchids. Gonna show you the other side of this orchid now. I just find it so beautiful, so precious. I actually have two of these orchids, so I got an extra one over here. This one's fading a little bit. Let me put this one in focus. So this one is fading a bit. I find that when the temperatures are cooler, the blooms last longer, but when the temperatures are warmer, they tend to fade a little faster. Either way, these orchids last, the blooms last for a very long time in comparison with, say, like a Cattleya orchid, a catasetum, or even a Vandaceous orchid. These last a long time. I think this orchid is very suitable for beginners because these adapt super well. Either I'm growing it semi-hydroponically, but this can grow in moss really well, provided it's an airy mix. This can grow in bark with some sort of moisture supplement. I would add some sphagnum moss to it. This can grow practically in anything but soil. You want to make sure that the roots have adequate moisture, yet have air, so no soil, of course. But if you're a beginner and you're on the fence about growing orchids in general, I think this is a good one to start out with. This one is just super pretty. This is very easy to find. The variegated leaf version, not as much, but there's several with that are easy to find that don't have the variegated leaves, and the care is exactly the same. These are super vigorous. I love that this is the second spike. They just bloom multiple times per year. And I think that's the redeeming quality of these mini Phalaenopsis orchids. The flowers are incredibly delicate. They're much smaller than your standard Phalaenopsis orchid. So the flowers on this orchid are gonna stay pretty small. They're just absolutely beautiful. They're veined. They have a beautiful pink lip. And not only that, but they've got that small yellow detail in the middle. And it looks like they have a little pearl inside of them. They're just so delicate and so beautiful. This is an orchid that I think every collection should have. It's beautiful. It blooms multiple times per year. It's easy to grow, and it's highly adaptable. You can grow this on your windowsill. I grow this under LED lights, and it grows really well for me. This orchid does not require much light. It does not require you to fuss with it. It's just a really, really good one. Anyhow, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more orchid videos. Don't forget to check out the videos that are linked down below. Check out the other care collaborations. Everybody has a very different grow environment and has a different perspective on how they care for this orchid. But this is definitely one that I think is a staple to own. It's just so easy to care for. Anyhow, guys, talk soon. Bye.